Hi there. My name is Michelle, and this is Calm Chats with Michelle. Sorry, the light's a bit low. So I've been wanting to do this for a long, long, long time. Just to create a space where you're all welcome to come up here and talk about anything really, anything that matters to you. And I've finally decided to do it. So thank you for watching and thank you for coming. There is a form in the message box that if you feel that there's anything you want to talk about or anything you want to share, or if you'd like me to talk about next time, feel free to fill out the form and I'll look into it. Anyway, today let's talk about the power of the mind. I always feel, for me, that when I wake up in the morning, I feel that, to set me up for having a good day, I tend to wake up feeling, the first thing I do is I'm just thankful. I'm thankful that I've managed to wake up and I've gotten, a chance at another day, because I think sometimes we take things for granted. But anyway, going back to the mind, because today we're talking about the mind. The mind is such a powerful thing, and you think things, your mind's always running 100 miles an hour, and it doesn't stop. It doesn't stop, and it just goes on, and it's even worse for people with anxiety, or people that overthink things. And learning to just quieten that thought down and taking things at a slower pace always helps. I just find that life is hectic enough that you don't need any of that. It's hard, it's brutal as it is, and we just need to take a step back and organize our thoughts, so to speak. I always find that when you're in turmoil, if you've got something on your mind that's just going around and around, and that's all it's ever going to do, it's just going to go round and round and round. And for me, the best way to deal with that is, my first question is you overthinking it, does it help? Do you find that by overthinking, by letting that thought going around and around and around, helping? If it does, then yeah, carry on. But mostly for me, I find it's just, it doesn't do anything but gives you more anxiety, and that's the way I see it. So I tend to sort of like, yeah, okay, that's the problem for today. Is there a way to solve it? What's the best way around it? And if there isn't one that I can think of at the top of my head, then that troublesome thoughts needs to be put to the back of my mind until I could think collectively and then move forward with it. Because the way I see it is that the more you think of a problem, the more it's just going to pull on your anxiety. It's just going to just go around and around, and again, it's just like a mad circle that just doesn't stop. And by the end of the day, all you've done is that you've irritated yourself, you've irritated everyone else, because you're in a bad mood. You've got this thought that's going through your mind that's doing absolutely nothing for you. Um, so why do it yourself? Why torment yourself with things that you can't handle, or with things that you know that just having that thought in your mind isn't going to change anything, you know? Um, so you know, for me, that's one of the things that I feel that it's vital. It's vital for your mental health, that if that thought doesn't bring anything to fruition, then just to let it go. There's no need to hang on to it. And so let's go back to the beginning of the day, where I say that I like to start off feeling grateful, and I do. As I wake up and I'm lying there, my first thought always goes to, thank you, God, for giving me another day, because it is. And I think when there's so much going on in our head, we sometimes we forget to be thankful that you've been given another day, you know, and you need to be thankful for it. And I think when you start off your day with gratitude, just being thankful for that, then you'll be able to open your eyes to other things that you're grateful for. That sometimes life just gets way too busy. Like, you're busy with work, you're being a mum, you're being a dad, just everything just becomes at once just too much. And you don't slow down, and you don't stop, and you don't think of just the simplest things, just being able to say that, yeah, you got woken up this morning, you've got another day. And what's another thing to be happy about? You've got a roof over your head, you've got a full belly, you're clothed. There's just so many things to be grateful for, that I think sometimes that your mind just overrides it. And I think if you just slow down and just be grateful just for the little things and the simple things in life, and just go on from there. I mean, it's for me, I'm on this gratitude journey, and I feel that it's done a lot for me, and I'd like to share that. Just being able to be grateful, you know, for the little things. And I think also it helps me to put my mindset, um, and the way I think differently to what I used to think before. Um, if you knew me from before, I'm a very hot-headed and frank kind of girl. I still am. Don't get me wrong, I'm still very frank. But that hot-headedness has gone. I don't rush into things anymore. I sort of like slow down, and you know, um, I just take things more slower, I think. Um, and I think for me, you always have that choice. And next time I'll talk about choice, because it's a quite deep subject. Um, but it gives me that choice of like, do I want to go there with certain things or with certain people? And 9 out of 10, honestly, I've gotten to that stage of my life where it just, it's, if it's not doing anything for me, if it's not benefiting me in any way, I mean, like, mentally, is it doing me any good? No, I don't want to know if it's problematic. You know, I think when you've got enough going on already, you don't need to add to it. So, y- you know, it's just one of them things, isn't it? But anyway, today's my first day, um, and I'm hoping that you know, there'll be many more days like this. I'll be able to share my thoughts, and you know, it took me a while to get this streaming up. So yeah. So today's the start. I hope to go live on Thursday between 7:30 and 8 o'clock, and I hope to see some of you here with me. My form's clicked onto the message, so feel free to fill it out. Let me know what I can talk about next time. And I mean, this is live, so if any of you want to come up and have a chat, feel free to. Take care. Have a nice evening, and I'll see you next time. Bye.